William Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya, on Thursday, 11th of July 2024, shocked the entire country. William Ruto fired the entire cabinet, retaining only 2 individuals. Rigathi Gachagua, the Deputy President, whom he cannot remove due to the Constitution, and the Prime Cabinet Secretary, Musalia Mudavadi. Kenya has seen 3 weeks of unrest in which protesters stormed into the parliament on June 25, 2024, after a finance bill that increased taxes was passed. More than 30 people have died in the protest, which has morphed into calls for the president to resign. Is this the right move, or was it only done due to pressure from the youth-led protest, which has created the biggest crisis in his 2-year presidency career? Well, in this video, we'll dive into a critical analysis into why President Ruto fired his entire cabinet, a move that must have been incredibly difficult, considering the fact that some of the cabinet members are his close political allies. So let's start with the genesis of the turmoil. Very few Kenyans anticipated the level of impact the Gen Zs would have. The persistent pressure from these forces led to speculations that President Ruto might even resign. The president is now grappling with the question of whether these Gen Zs are justified in their actions and demands. Some key demands from the Gen Zs were removal of the finance bill. One of the first and most significant demands was the complete removal of the finance bill. Initially, Ruto proposed minor adjustments, but ultimately the entire bill was scrapped. Another was the reconstitution of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC. Following a significant demand from the Gen Zs, the IEBC underwent reconstitution. This process was notably witnessed by opposition leader Raila Odinga at the State House, where the president assented the bill. And the last one was the dissolution of the cabinet. The Gen Zs called for the dissolution of the entire cabinet rather than selective dismissals. In response, Ruto dismissed the entire cabinet, signaling a drastic shift in his approach to governance. Ruto's actions seemed geared toward restoring the trust and confidence of the Kenyan population. The Gen Z's protest highlighted issues of arrogance, extravagance, and laziness among cabinet members. And by addressing these concerns, Ruto aims to rebuild his government's reputation. In his speech, William Ruto highlighted his plan for a unity government by extensive consultations with different firms and political formations, by formation of a broad-based government to accelerate necessary programs, by implementation of radical measures to address debt, increase domestic resources and eliminate waste, and lastly by combating corruption and unnecessary duplication of government agencies. Now, what is the political repercussions of this move? The sweeping changes in Ruto's administration has generated varied reactions from Kenyans. Some members of the cabinet, who are perceived as efficient and loyal, might be reinstated. What about his political allies? What will be the outcome of their relationship? Think about Davis Chirchir, who has been with the president for a long time, or Kipchumba Murkomen, who resigned as the Senate Majority Leader to join the cabinet. Then there is Alice Wahome, who left her seat as a member of parliament. And what about Aisha Jumwa, who left everything, possibly losing a gubernatorial seat to support Ruto? So it must have been a difficult decision for the president. Personally, I was shocked. Never imagined he would kick everyone out. I mean, sure, a few firings were expected, but a whole cabinet? Do you support the idea of a government of national unity? What are your thoughts on the recent changes in Ruto's administration? Please share your views in the comment section.